What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now, in today's video, we'll be covering Task 3 and Task 5 integrated speaking questions as promised. But in today's video, I'm going to show you what you should not do at the real test, okay? So, as always, I emphasize the importance of taking good notes and taking every second you got very, very seriously. But today, I'm going to show you the exact opposite. So please, do not take the approach or the sample responses that I provide in this video too seriously because they are going to be unrealistic and really, really inefficient. Understand? All right, so now let's go to the question. I'm not going to even take any notes, all right? So let's go. Okay, so the reading passage for today's Task 3 question is an announcement. I'm going to know that because the computer is going to tell me. All right, so 45 seconds, ready, go. Mary Dixon, the director of the Student Life Committee, announced yesterday that beginning next semester, the university cafeterias will broadcast classical music during mealtimes. Okay, so I'm going to start my response by saying, according to the announcement, the university cafeterias will now broadcast classical music during mealtimes. There we go. So that's the beginning. And because the school thinks the music will foster a more relaxed atmosphere. All right, so that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to chill out because I'm done.
This article? Are they serious?
Yeah, I think so. Why?
Well, first of all, a lot of kids aren't looking for a relaxing break at lunchtime. They like to study while they eat, especially if they have exams coming up or some assignment they have to get done.
Yeah, that's true.
And now they won't be able to concentrate. This is going to be very distracting.
Okay. Yeah, I see your point.
And second, most students don't like classical music.
It's certainly not what I listen to.
So are people going to stop listening to their own music?
No.
I think people are going to be even more likely to bring their MP3 player, to play their own music and block out the classical stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so that was the conversation. Right now, I know that the university cafeterias will broadcast classical music during mealtimes beginning next semester, but I'm not even sure because I don't have any notes, right? And in the conversation, it seemed like the man was the main character and that he didn't like the announcement. The woman said some things, but I don't think they were too important, so I believe I'm going to skip over that. I don't really need any preparation time because I don't have anything to prepare, so let's listen to what I've got to say. According to the announcement, the university cafeterias will now broadcast classical music during mealtimes beginning next semester. However, the man in the conversation seemed like he was not looking forward to this new policy because of several reasons. First of all, the man explained to his friend that most students are not looking for some time to relax or listen to classical music when they're eating lunch because most students these days have to do their homework assignments, review class materials, prepare for upcoming tests, or even do other activities that was mentioned in the conversation, but I don't remember because I didn't take any notes. In other words, the man believes that the classical music in the cafeterias will definitely distract students from their studies or focusing on their academics, school assignments, etc. Plus, the man mentioned to his friend that most students, most teenagers, in today's world, don't like classical music. So he really thinks that this new Oh my god, I ran out of time. Crap, so I didn't even have time to say, so most students will be inclined to bring their own MP3 devices or MP3 players so that they can listen to their own music and block out the classical music. But the most important thing is, I mentioned a ton of irrelevant and unnecessary details. Well, not irrelevant, but redundant details, okay? Which is why 60 seconds became too short for me, all right? Now, I decided to say a tremendous amount of information because I know that I'm given 1 minute to speak. Now, if you have any experience giving a presentation in front of an audience, you'll know that 60 seconds is actually a very, very long time, okay? So since I have that background knowledge with me, I decided to try to fill the 60 seconds with as much information as possible. Now, this is all really, really unrealistic because number one, I am a native English speaker, okay? I am a US citizen. And also I've been teaching the TOEFL for about 9 years now. So I'm trained to do this, okay? I'm trained. But would it be smart for me to advise you to try to speak like this at the real test every single time and without any preparation? I believe not. I believe that's very, very illogical, okay? So please, do not do what I just did because it's unrealistic. And number two, as you saw, it's very, very risky. So please, guys, don't get the wrong idea. This isn't the kind of sample response that I would actually produce, all right? Go back to my channel, go to my channel, click on the playlist tab, or click any random Task 3-5 video that I uploaded previously and check out the actual method, okay? All right, now let's move over to Task 5. Okay, so if this were the real test and if I am a thinking person, I'm gonna tell myself that I don't have to say as much information because I just failed Task 3 and exceeded the time limit, right? So now my approach is gonna be a bit different because I don't have anything fixed. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to the conversation. I'm not gonna take notes once again because I'm too lazy, but I'm gonna filter out some of the repeated information, all right? So let's see how that works out.
Hey, Steve. Are you ready for classes to start?
Not really. There's still a big conflict in my course schedule.
What's wrong?
This is my last semester, and I've still got 2 required courses left to take in order to finish my literature degree.
Okay.
I have to take both History of the Novel and Shakespeare, or I can't graduate. Problem is, the 2 courses meet at the same time.
Uh-oh. What are you gonna do?
Well, I talked to the professor who's going to teach Shakespeare. He said I could do an independent study to fulfill that requirement.
How would that work?
I'd read the assigned texts on my own, do all the same assignments, and meet with him when I need to, if I have any questions.
Well, that sounds like a good way to fulfill the requirement.
Yeah, plus, it'd be nice to have one-on-one discussions with the professor. It's just that, well, working on my own like that, I'm kind of concerned I won't be able to motivate myself to get the work done on time. It's easy to put things off when it's not an actual class, you know?
Yeah. Are there other options?
Yeah. I found out that the Shakespeare class is being offered at another university about a half an hour from here. That university has a really great literature program, and our university will accept their credits, so...
That's an idea.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be a good class, and it'd fulfill the requirement. Only thing is, you know, I'd have to drive a half an hour to get to the class and a half an hour to come back. 3 times a week. That's a lot of time and gas money.
Okay, so this is when the computer would be reading the question out loud to me and then giving me 20 seconds of official preparation time. Now, so in my mind, I know that Steve, the man, has a problem because and the problem is really long in my head, okay? So I'm gonna try to filter it out, try to make it simpler, but I don't think that's gonna really happen because once again, I don't have any notes, so I really don't know what points I should focus on, okay? So my thought process changed 180 degrees. It's been flipped. I'm gonna speak very quickly so that I can fit all of the information that I wanna say within 60 seconds, all right? I really hope this goes well. All right, let's listen to what I've gotta say. Steve, the man in the conversation, is currently very stressed out and decided to reach out to one of his friends for some advice. Steve has a very serious scheduling conflict because he still needs to take 2 required courses to graduate, but they meet at the same time. One of the classes is called the History of the Novel, and the other class is called is something that has to do with Shakespeare. I don't really remember. Anyways, he can choose from 2 possible solutions, fortunately, because he had a wonderful conversation with the woman. And the first solution is to do an independent study, and the second solution is to take the Shakespeare class at an affiliate college. Now, if I were in Steve's shoes, I would personally prefer the second solution. Now, to start with, if Steve decides to go to the affiliate college and take the course, he should be able to take the exact class that he needs to graduate. On the other hand, Steve mentioned that he has a hard time focusing on his own when he studies by himself without any guidance, so I believe that the other solution would be the worst choice. Woo! Okay, so I believe I did it, but now, in this response, once again, please don't get the wrong idea. This isn't something that's realistic. This is very, very, very inefficient. Do not ever think about doing this at the real test. Go to my channel, watch any Task 3, Task 5 random video that you see, which I uploaded in the past, and check out the real approach and the real sample responses, okay? But anyways, don't do this. Number 1, you are not a native English speaker, probably because you're taking the TOEFL, which is the test on English as a foreign language, right? So that's a fair assumption. Number 2, you're probably not gonna have this good memory, okay? You're not gonna, I'm not saying that my memory is stellar or exceptional, but something tells me that if English is your second language, you're not gonna remember as much as I did, right? Once again, another fair assumption. Last but not least, I didn't know what to focus on. I didn't know what the main points were, even though my listening comprehension is more than enough to get a perfect score on the TOEFL 1,000 times out of 1,000 times. So guys, what I'm saying is your listening comprehension actually has nothing to do with speaking efficiently. Your notes is what allow you to speak efficiently, all right? Okay, so guys, those are my sample responses. I believe that these sample responses might have been even more enjoyable than the past ones because they should have been more entertaining. You guys got to see me struggle a bit and really pretend as if I had no idea how to approach the TOEFL speaking section. Now, please guys, please keep in mind these sample responses are poor examples, okay? This is a sample response that was produced, that was given by a native English speaker who has zero experience with the TOEFL exam, okay? So guys, don't even think about doing this. Please go to my channel, check out the actual approach, the actual methods, but most importantly, if you are a self-disciplined and dedicated person, reach out to me about my tutoring services. Let's get the score that you deserve and need as quickly as possible. I'm serious about that, okay? Now, the next video will be focusing on task 4 and task 6 questions. If you like this style of video more, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you still have not done so, share the content with your close friends and family members if they need the extra assistance, and leave any comments in the comment section below. I would love to interact with you guys. All right, stay tuned for the next video. Peace!
If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream.